So you're trying to manage security for servers, and they're everywhere. Some are in the cloud, maybe multiple clouds. Some are still sitting in your own data center. You know what a headache that can be. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down Microsoft's official guide for Defender for servers. The goal? To give you a super clear, actionable plan to get this done right. I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? You've got VMs in Azure, you've got instances spun up in AWS and GCP, and you have your good old physical servers on-prem. How in the world do you get one single pane of glass, a unified view of your security across that whole scattered landscape? That's exactly the problem we're going to solve today. And here is your answer, Microsoft Defender for servers. The best way to think about this is as your central command center for all things server security. And it's not just about playing defense and waiting for bad things to happen. No, this is about being proactive. It's about reducing your attack surface with smart, actionable recommendations and protecting all of your machines, I don't care where they live, from threats as they happen. All right, let's get into it. And like any big project, a little prep work up front goes a long, long way. Getting these next few things sorted out first is going to make your whole deployment way smoother and, frankly, a lot more powerful. Okay, 3 things. First, get a handle on the pricing and what features are included. No surprises, you know exactly what you're getting. Second, if you're using AWS or GCP, that multi-cloud planning guide is non-negotiable. You've got to read it. But third, and listen up, because this is the most critical piece of prep, get to know Azure Arc. Seriously, think of Arc as the magic bridge that connects all of your non-Azure servers right into the Microsoft security world. It is the key that unlocks the full power of this thing. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The official documentation spells it out perfectly. If you want every single feature, every assessment, the whole shebang, you have to bring those AWS, GCP, and on-prem machines in using Azure Arc. It's not a nice to have, it's an absolute must if you want to get the maximum value here. Okay, so our prep work is done, we know what we need to do, now it's time for the main event, actually connecting all of your machines. Let's look at how Defender for Cloud starts to see, assess, and protect your entire server fleet. This slide lays it out perfectly for your on-prem machines. You really have 2 paths. Sure, you can onboard them directly, but look, you're going to miss out on some really powerful security features in Plan 2. The takeaway here is simple. For the full-featured, top-tier protection, Azure Arc is the only way to fly. It's a simple choice, really, but it has a massive impact on your security. So you see, it all boils down to a pretty straightforward 3-step process. First, you connect your AWS and GCP accounts. That process seamlessly gets the Azure Arc agent installed for you. Second, you do the same for your on-prem machines, using that same Azure Arc method. And finally, step 3, you just flick the switch and enable the Defender for Servers plan. And boom, protection starts instantly across your entire connected world. Okay, great. Your machines are connected, they're protected. We could stop there, but why would we? Now let's talk about leveling up. Let's look at how to unlock some of the most valuable features in Defender. This is how you go from just being protected to being truly buttoned up and optimized. Let's start with a really cool pro tip that can actually save you some money. 500 megabytes. Remember that number. That's how much security data you can bring in for free every single day for certain kinds of data. It's a sweet deal.
So, how do you claim this freebie? It's actually really simple. Your machines just need to be running what's called the Azure Monitor Agent, or AMA for short. That's the thing that collects the data. Then, you just have to make sure that data is being sent to a log analytics workspace. Once you make that connection, the benefit just kicks in automatically. It's a fantastic little perk.
Now let's get into the heavy hitters from Plan 2. First up, the OS Security Assessment. This thing is huge. It automatically scans your server configs and compares them against industry standard security baselines. It will tell you exactly where your settings have drifted from best practices. To get it working, your machines just need the Azure Policy Machine Configuration extension. Next up is File Integrity Monitoring, or FIM. Think of this as your silent alarm system. It's constantly watching your critical system files and registry keys for any unexpected or unauthorized changes, which is often a sign of an attack. The key thing to remember here is that you set this up after you've already enabled the plan, and it sends all of its findings to that same log analytics workspace we talked about. And there you have it, a really clear roadmap, all the way from that initial planning phase to unlocking these powerful advanced security features. So let's do a super quick recap of the most important things to take away from all this. If you remember anything, remember these 4 points. 1, Azure Arc is not optional. It's your bridge to getting every feature on every server. 2, connect all your machines. Get rid of those security blind spots. 3, get that Azure Monitor Agent deployed so you can grab that 500 megs of free data every day. It's free value, just sitting there. And finally, 4, turn on those advanced Plan 2 features like the OS assessment and file integrity monitoring to really harden your systems. Look, if you follow this guide, you're going to have a powerful, unified way to protect your entire server estate. It's a huge win. But it does bring up the next logical and really critical question. Now that your servers are all wired up with these amazing tools, who actually controls the access to them? Something to think about, right? Thanks for joining me.